Angelina and Sophie here from CATV. Welcome to our first ever Upper Valley Access video magazine. This promises to be quite a program.
Upper Valley Access is our first video magazine that highlights individuals and events going on in the Upper Valley.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at one of CATV's latest projects that gives us an intimate look at the rich history of the Norwich one-room schoolhouses. Tonight we're at the Norwich Inn for a wine tasting fundraiser. The fundraiser is to help support the Norwich Schoolhouse's documentary project. So let's go have some wine.
In 1940, 46% of Norwich students attended school in a one-room schoolhouse. Beaver Meadow, Pompanusick, New Boston, Turnpike, and Root. In 1951, the last of these schools closed. This documentary, a collaboration between CATV and Historic New England, the makers of Connecting the Threads, the award-winning movie about the history of Ava Gallery, with the support of the Beaver Meadow Schoolhouse Association, the Root District Game Club, and the Norwich Historical Society, captures the memories of the students who attended these schools. The film premieres this summer and will support efforts to preserve Norwich's two surviving schoolhouses at Beaver Meadow and Root, which were added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 2013.
My name is Brian Cook. I'm part of the Root District Game Club, the caretaker of the historic Root Schoolhouse. I am here at the Norwich Inn tonight. We are having a wine tasting fundraiser to raise money for the Norwich Schoolhouse documentary project. We have been interviewing, I think we're going to end up interviewing a dozen former students at Norwich one-room schoolhouses about their experiences here. And we're putting together a documentary where they share their memories and they talk about the building, they talk about their experience as students. And we are hoping that through this documentary we will generate enthusiasm throughout the town, throughout the state, who knows, maybe throughout the country, for saving the two historic schoolhouses that still remain in this town.
If you're interested in learning more about this documentary, stay tuned to CATV.
Did you know that the Upper Valley Band has been around for over 40 years? And did you know they've played all around the Upper Valley and even overseas?
Let's take a look at an interview with Carol Blake, the band's past conductor.
And now, the Olympia Hippodrome.
This band started way back when in Norwich, as a matter of fact, with the Norwich Cadets when Norwich University was in the town of Norwich. And it was a band that played for the 4th of July and so on and so forth.
How many members do you currently have?
About 70, 75.
Wow.
It ranges from, it probably ranges from 65 to 80 any given year, but probably we stay around 70, 75.
Nice, nice. So you guys have a good relationship outside of the band?
Oh yes, but it's a social group.
Yeah,
obviously, everybody is
definitely.
very interested in doing the best they can, playing their instruments.
Who are some key members of the band?
Well, we have 3 people who were with the band when it was rejuvenated in 1970, which means they've been with the band for 44 years at this point in time.
Wow.
One is Willie Black, another is Kit Griggs, and the third is Elisa Rice. And all 3 ladies are still playing with the band.
Wow.
So,
That's impressive.
yep.
My other question is, how important is a conductor? And what do you see the role as?
Well, it's sort of like a sports team, like say a football team, okay?
Yeah.
A football team, what would a football team be without a quarterback?
Nothing.
No, huh? The conductor keeps the band all on the same page, so to speak. It keeps them all playing at the same speed.
Yeah.
Lots of people just think that I might stand up there and wave my arms. Well, there's a purpose to the waving of the arms.
Yes, I would hope so.
It keeps everyone together.
Very
If you
important.
have 3 or 4 people, it's not as necessary to do a conductor, but when you have 70 or 80 people in front of you, it might be handy to,
Yeah.
otherwise you might have just like a bunch of people blowing instruments.
What do you see in the band's future?
I see lots of good things.
Lots of good things.
I think, I'm hoping, and I'm sure it's going to continue as it has been going on, and it's has been growing and improving, and I think that that's going to continue.
Why do you think this band is important to the Upper Valley?
I think it's important because when I see students come into the band, we have some high school students in the band. When I see them come into the band, they are sitting beside somebody like our senior members who have been playing for 40 some odd years. We've got some new ideas with the young people, and we've got the ideas that are very good and very solid, and the experience of the older generation. And young people see that music doesn't stop after high school.
Yeah,
You can keep going on instruments until you can't go anymore.
exactly.
And I think it's important to the Upper Valley to see that there is interest. We have, as I say, we're from all over the place. We range from about a 70-mile radius of the Upper Valley, but we bring all the people that have common interests together. And it's a great group of people to, listen to, and they represent the Upper Valley very, very well. And I think it's nice the Upper Valley has something like that can
Bring everybody together.
bring everybody together.
Here is our rendition of Colonel Bogey March.
If you are interested in seeing more of the band's performance and hearing more from Carol, tune in to Channel 10.
During this next segment, we will talk to Mary Saucier-Choate about her Extreme Beginners cooking class.
Stay tuned for Mary's Cooking Show, coming to CATV Channel 8.
My name is Mary Saucier-Choate. I'm a registered dietitian and I work at the co-op as the food and nutrition educator. And part of what I do here is teach classes in the co-op Culinary Learning Center, which is a teaching kitchen, and it's really fun. And that's why I'm doing this particular series called Extreme Beginner Cooking. I want to lower the barrier to getting in the kitchen. So if someone just wants to watch, that's fine. Most people do want to do some preparation, so we make it pretty hands-on. That's why I'm doing the class, to really get people cooking again. Because if you don't cook, you are eating way too expensively and probably eating way more salt and way more sugar than you would if you could cook. Because if you can cook, you can add different things besides salt to flavor foods. The other thing I add into this Extreme Beginner class is using some convenience foods. Like, we don't make pasta sauce from scratch. You could, and if you really get into it, you may find that an enjoyable way to spend your time, but most of the people that are coming in here are working people or kids, students in school who really don't have a lot of time to start everything from scratch. But you can do semi-scratch cooking, like buy the jarred sauce, but put it into a recipe with fresh vegetables and other foods to make it quick, healthy, and inexpensive. I would walk through the aisles just like everybody else, walk through the supplement aisle, listen to the news headlines, listen to news stories, and I was completely bamboozled, completely confused about what to believe. And what I didn't know then, that I know now, is that I wasn't even getting half of the story. Because the stuff that filters down to the public is not the science, is not the whole story at all. If you hear a story about heart disease, or a story about cancer, or something else, go to the source. Go to the American Cancer Society website. Go to the American Diabetes Association website if you hear something about diabetes. See if you can get the straight answer from them, or you can even email them. I reached out to CATV because I have been in another life, in another career. I've been on cable television before, and I was amazed at the reach that it had, that people would come up to me months later and ask me, did I know that I was on cable TV? And of course I did, but I didn't realize how many people watch. If they have access to cable TV, that A lot of people watch it for local information.
Our next student section will be introduced by Emily and Kai.
Welcome to the student section of the March 2014 CATV Video Magazine. We're your hosts, Emily and Kai. First on our program is a story about an activity that Heartland Elementary School participates in, called Vermont Writes.
That's right. Hey, I heard a joke about Vermont yesterday. A lady and her traveling companion were riding the train through Vermont when they noticed some cows. What a cute bunch of cows, she remarked. Not a bunch, herd, her friend replied. Herd of what? Herd of cows. Of course I've heard of cows. No, a cow herd. What do I care what a cow herd? I have no secrets to keep from a cow. Vermont Writes is a program in which a school takes 7 minutes out of their day just to write. It's sponsored by the Young Writers Project.
In our school, we use the Young Writers Project too. We can post responses to prompts on their website, and then we can have a chance to get featured in the Valley News.
Also, it's a great tool that our English teachers use. When we write something, they can view it and give us feedback.
Enough about us. Let's watch our first video, Heartland Writes.
To the staff and students of HES, I have a request to which you must say yes. Today in Vermont, all students in all schools will take a break for 7 minutes. A story or a poem they will make. If you need an idea, just check the floor in the hall. There are prompts on the papers. Please don't take them all. Find a spot in your room, a pencil to hold. Get writing, young wildcats. Go for the gold. You can write from a prompt or simply make something up. Perhaps a story about Mr. Lamb when he was just a young pup. But be it known that in 7 minutes' time you must stop and resume your regular day without complaint. Chip chop. Have fun. Enjoy. Spend some time writing in your pajamas and hand in your creation to your teacher, an advisor, or perhaps some llamas. Mr. Marino, that doesn't make sense. That's a dumb way to end this.
Vermont Writes is an initiative by the Young Writers Project where they are hoping to get statewide response from all schools and school children and staff to just take 7 minutes out of their day to write.
If I go to the place that I want to go, I would go to Africa.
For the children, especially in first grade, they are just beginning to see themselves as writers. So they take what they have in their mind and then they have to transport it and put it onto paper. And that is a huge leap of faith and a big risk that they're taking when they do that because they're just learning the rules of writing, and so we want them to feel, be creative and have an opportunity to explore.
Why wouldn't Heartland be a part of it? It's only 7 minutes. It's at the end of a week that's right up to vacation, so there's a lot of good energy in the school right now. Today's actually pajama day, so that if you walked around the school during the 7 minute time, a lot of kids lying on the floor with clipboards in their pajamas, just writing, having fun, taking a 7 minute break to do something that's really essential to all the learning that they're going to do.
That's so cool. I wish we could do that. Anyways, the next video you'll be seeing is about the February CATV video camp.
Camp? Since you got to tell a joke last time, it's my turn. Here's a joke about camping. Acupuncture was invented by a camper who found a porcupine in his sleeping bag. Get it?
Not that kind of camping. CATV video camp is a day camp. The kind of camping you're talking about involves tents in the wilderness. There's a huge difference.
I know. Anyway, CATV hosts this camp for kids to learn how to act, film, edit, and become young movie producers. Haven't you been to video camp before?
Yeah, I have.
I remember when I went to my first video camp. It was so cool because it opened up new experiences for me.
When I first got to camp, I hadn't really done anything like it before. I couldn't even turn on a camera without help from a counselor, but by the time I was done, I felt confident enough to film and edit a video on my own. Enjoy this video about the February video camp.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Hi, my name is Bob Franzoni. I'm the Executive Director of CATV. And I can remember we had video camp for 1 week at 10 kids, and now we're up to 6 weeks and 80 kids.
Seeing kids become more comfortable with filming and editing and acting too, I've noticed that they've just been being able to produce higher quality videos than when they came in.
I really like just being able to make up what I want to do instead of having to be told what to do.
When I'm reading a book or writing a story or writing a play, I imagine it in my head, and I imagine where all the shots are coming from. And so then when I watch the movie, it's always confusing for me because, no, when they say this part, it has to be from this angle. And it's nice that I can take all those ideas and make a video so that everyone can see what my perspective would be.
I think especially for middle schoolers, we do it from people going to 6th grade and people going through 8th grade, or actually going to 9th grade. I really love that age group. I think they're exciting, their ideas are great, and the enthusiasm that they have for video projects are really fantastic. And the ideas they come up with are outstanding. I'm not sure at that age I can come with those ideas.
What I've enjoyed most is just the whole idea of planning and filming and the editing with a group of very awesome people.
That looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to go back to video camp.
Neither can I. You want to know what else I can't wait to do?
What?
Host the next video magazine. Make sure to check out our April edition. We'll be back with exciting stories from around New Hampshire and Vermont.
That's right, and if you have a story you want to share, let us know. We'd love to hear it. You can email us at info@catv8.org.
See you next time.